Hello all, welcome to tutorial 5 of the Secure Your WordPress Installation series. This tutorial will guide you through a step-by-step process of activating and configuring the Conditional Captcha for WordPress plugin. Before we continue and do anything, let me explain a little bit what this plugin does. Conditional Captcha for WordPress mainly protects your site from spam. It operates in two modes. There is a basic mode and the Akismet enhanced mode. In the basic mode, for any user that is not logged in and it doesn't have an already approved comment, it will serve a CAPTCHA. This means that before a user can post a comment, they will have to fill out a set of characters and then their comment will be posted. For the Akismet enhanced mode, this will only serve a CAPTCHA if the comment is identified as spam by Akismet. This will have much less CAPTCHA served. However, in order for this to work, you'll have to download an additional plugin called Akismet. It has a monthly fee of $5 for it to work. However, this particular demo will only concentrate on the basic mode of this plugin. Since we know what this plugin does, let's go and let's just get some work done. Step number 1 is to go to our admin area. Make sure to use the admin slug you documented from the previous tutorial when we configured the better VP security. If you notice here in the URL, the VP admin area will actually be changed, so your VP login PHP will be followed by the set of keys. This is the key that was set up, and then which saying that's redirected to the VP admin. So make sure you use the slug. Otherwise, if you just put VP admin, it will be a site not found. You're not gonna be able to log in. Put in your username and password and let's just log in. Now we're gonna go under plugins, and for the Conditional Captcha for WordPress, let's click activate. This plugin got activated, and this plugin will appear on the left side under plugins. So under plugins, you're gonna see Conditional Captcha. So you'll have to click on that one. So now let's set up the basic mode. Since we don't have Akismet, for us it immediately gives you the basic setup. For the basic mode, it tells you that if you want to install the Akismet plugin, it will only serve a CAPTCHA to comment that Akismet identifies as spam. So for this to happen again, you'll have to go under plugins and install Akismet. It's a very good plugin, but for this particular demo and for this particular tutorial, we're just gonna keep on the basic mode. For CAPTCHA method, there is two methods. You can use the default text-based CAPTCHA, which is easier to input and it's much easier to see, or you can use reCAPTCHA, which is much more complicated method and much harder to actually enter, and even for a regular user it can sometimes be hard to see, which can become a drawback. So now if we want to use a reCAPTCHA, we have to enter the keys. For us to enter the keys, we have to sign up for a key. It is important for you to have a Google account to be able to sign up, so you just click on sign up now. And if you have a Google account, you just enter your email and password and you should be fine. If you don't have an account, you should create one. There is create an account button as well. Okay, so now for the reCAPTCHA key, you have to enter what is your domain, and then it's gonna create a key for you. I might already have one, so this might fail, but I'm just gonna try. I already saved the keys. It's a good idea to save these keys once you have them locally so that you have them in case you don't have to recreate. Okay, so it gave me new keys, and so under the public key, you're gonna copy the public key and enter into the box here in the plugin. Make sure to delete the space behind it. It must be only 40 characters. And then for the private key, make sure to use this entry and then also copy paste it here. And also make sure the space after it is not there. And it's a good idea to just, I always try to save the keys. So it's always a good idea to save the keys in Notepad or somewhere so you have them handy. Once we enter the keys, you can change the theme. I'm just going to leave everything as default, the red to be red around and then English. Then comment handling. So the question becomes, when the CAPTCHA is completed correctly, what happens to the comment? Do you want to leave the comment in the spam queue? Do you want to queue it for moderation or approve? So it's probably the safest to queue it in moderation. So every comment that comes in, you first have to see it before you approve it, or you put it as spam or trash or whatever. And when CAPTCHA is not completed correctly, what do you want to do? Do you want to trash the comment? Do you want to delete it or leave it as spam? So I'm going to leave it as spam because that's probably the safest thing to do, because maybe there is somebody who cannot complete it. So for them, it's just going to error out, but you will be able to see it in the spam queue. And later, if it's really somebody who was an actual user, you can always go ahead and approve it. And here is just the page style. I'm not going to mess with it, but you can definitely explore these things. The prompt, I'm going to leave it as default. Again, you can also change this. It says, sorry, but I think you might be a spam bot. Please complete CAPTCHA below to prove that you are human. You can again change this text to whatever. We can just update the settings and you have your plugin set up completely. Options updated. To see how this plugin works, let's log out. I would probably completely close everything and I'm gonna log into the site. So I'm not going to the admin area, but to the site. Let's try to comment on hello world, right? There is no content on this site. Let's try to leave a reply. So now this is what you have. When you put the name, let's use name, let's use my email, and I just say great post, right? So now when I want to post a comment, there is a CAPTCHA. So the CAPTCHA is going to say, sorry, I think you might be a spam bot. Please complete the CAPTCHA to prove that you're human. So here you have to put both of these words. The first word is going to be always text. It's going to be easier to put together. So that's just conclusion, right? And then the second one is complex one, and sometimes I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to make it, but I think it's UMEPPP. Now I'm just saying I'm human. My CAPTCHA was not entered correctly. So it says comment rejected. Your comment will not be accepted. If you do a back button, it probably will expire. You see, this is a bad part. So let's say a user comes and comments, they're not going to be able to enter a comment. If you log into your admin area, you will be able to see the comment in a queue, actually in a spam queue, right? So this is what I said, great post. You can say it's not a spam and it's going to go into the pending, which you can just approve it, or you can just trash it, and then or from that spam thing you could just delete it permanently. This is the bad part about conditional captcha, but you can always change it to a text mode only, which means that it will only give you text and it's going to be much easier to fulfill, and see if that's going to help. But that one is easier to figure out by the spam bots. Eventually, you know, if you're getting spam and this is not sufficient, it's definitely advisable to install Akismet and then do both of them together, conditional captcha with Akismet, because that way it's much less captcha given and it's much better. Now at least you understand how to configure this plugin, how to use it, and now it's just up to you to explore with it a bit more and to figure out if you want to add Akismet or not. Thanks for your time.